Welcome back to the Varsity Voices. It's another day in Zuko's All-Dawg team, the 12 Dogs of Christmas. Today, we're honoring the running backs, the ground and pound dogs, the ones who took the hits, broke the tackles, kept the chains moving. These are the workhorses of the offense, players who ran with heart, vision, and that pure dog mentality every snap of the season. And Dan, I said with the quarterbacks how difficult it was to pick one. Same way with the running backs. And I have a feeling that, I'm going to try not to say this every day, that it's really hard to pick. For a position that doesn't get quite as much pub as it used to, there are some really outstanding running backs within the Chicago Catholic League this year.
Yeah, it's still, to me, Joe, probably after quarterback, the most important position. I think in high school, I know it's diminished in the NFL for sure. But even that, you can see that it's cyclical where it comes and goes. But in high school, if you look at it as a whole, all the teams, the running game is still critical to 90% of the teams out there. That still have to have a really talented and one of their best athletes at running back. So while it's devalued and at the higher levels, it's still really important on this level. Still have to have a guy, a game breaker or a workhorse, or both that you can turn and give the ball to. And that seals a game a lot of times. So that running game is going to run out the clock and you're going to be in control. That can wear down an opponent. It can be intimidating if you can move the ball like that. Still super important, and there is no shortage of great choices in the Catholic League, of course.
There aren't. And considering the great choices there are, Dan, who was on your list of who you were looking at as far as evaluating between one versus the other in the running back position?
I looked through a bunch, Joe. My winners were pretty cut and dry. Well, maybe not pretty cut and dry. It wasn't. I went back and forth probably 5 minutes before we went on air about this. But
right.
So looking at it, everyone from, Broden Mackert at Providence, Isaac Alexander at Montini, Brandon Johnson at St. Rita, Jalen Green at Brother Rice, Tyson Hooks at DePaul Prep, Anthony Catrone at St. Pat's, Ellison Cox at Leo, Jake Thies at Fenwick, Corey Less at St. Lawrence. There are guys that just were really, really important to their teams and made a huge difference week in and week out, and definitely played like dogs.
Yes, and the only one I would add to that, Dan, because all the ones you just rattled off are exactly the ones that I had, was Foley.
Yes, for sure. IC. For sure. I may have had him on defense. Yeah.
I mean, on defense, for sure. He went both ways. He had some really big plays at running back on offense for IC. But again, it's just a testament to how deep the running back position is within the Chicago Catholic League. So.
Yeah, and think about, I didn't mention anyone from Mount Carmel, and they had a great running game. They split time, and but that's crazy to think of like that. But still, really important to even the top team in 8A.
Yeah. So, all right. So I'm in complete agreement with you on the players that you mentioned that were under evaluation, all of that. So why don't I go first this time, Dan?
Okay.
And each of us are picking two running backs for this award, Zuko's Dog of the Year for the running back position.
Yes.
All right. Here we go.
If you are looking to buy or sell a home, contact RE/MAX Realtor and Circle of Legends recipient Christopher Cobb. Let Chris's extensive negotiating experience work to guide you on all of your real estate buying and selling needs. Contact Christopher now to discuss the right strategy for your personalized real estate buying and selling plan. His number is 630-420-0070, or you can visit his website at christophercobb.com.
So my picks for Zuko's Dog of the Year for running back, Dan, are Corey Less from St. Lawrence and Broden Mackert from Providence.
Great choices.
Two outstanding backs. What put me over the top for both of these was that they had a little bit of that kind of grinded out mentality where for both of them, I felt like all season and postseason, they were like, feel free to give me the ball every play on offense if you want to, coach, and I will do everything I can to move this ball down the field. And they did that. Watching Corey Les play this year, I feel like he's a running back that got better and better over the course of the year. And towards the end of the year and into the playoffs, I saw guys bouncing off of him and could not take him down.
Yeah, he doesn't go down. He does not go down at the first hit. Yeah,
no,
great choice.
Coach Swanson saw it too, I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, he fed him the ball and Corey Les delivered. So really deserving of this, gritty, tough runner and very talented runner as well. And I'm going to say the same thing for Broden Mackert. I felt like Providence over the course of the year was really kind of trying to figure out what they were going to be as an offense. And I think the more they started to rely on Broden Mackert as being the focal point of their offense, that's when they really kind of took off. They mix in some other things as well, but it all started or led with Broden Mackert. And, just outstanding season, outstanding runner, tough, gritty as well. Give me the ball, coach. I will run it. So my two picks for running back are Corey Les from St. Lawrence and Broden Mackert from Providence.
Great choices, Joe. And, I'm in agreement with you on Corey Les. I loved him all year, just watching the film, watching guys bounce off him, watching him refuse to go down with one or two tacklers on him. He just impressed me week in and week out and became, he was the bell cow for that team. And, they rotated quarterbacks. They had some success throwing the ball, but when they needed the big yard, the big play, they were getting the ball to Corey Les. My other pick, Joe, for kind of similar reasons, it was Jake Thies at Fenwick.
All right, hold on.
Oh, sorry, I can't. I cut Zuko off. He's got me in a mood today, so that's why I'm willing to cut him out.
All
right. So
I didn't mean to step on.
That's okay. Corey Les was my first one, so we're in agreement there. And Jake Thies, my second one. I just think he was so impressive from the first game that I saw him, and he kind of burst on the scene. He had touches last year, and you got a kind of a glimmer that he was a player, and you knew Tommy was, but from the first game to the last game. And I felt like he had that same ability. Now, Fenwick had a lot of weapons. They were very efficient on offense. I really liked how they played as a team. But, man, when they needed a big play, this guy delivers every single time. It's unbelievable. And it didn't matter the stakes. It didn't matter the opponent. He was just always a step faster, a step better than everyone else on the field. So he was again, the playoffs, because they're so easy to see and easy to watch, you get a lot more time viewing these guys, but just another guy who I felt like put the team on his back in the playoffs, in the state championship, and won that game. The guy rushed for 900 yards in the playoffs. Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's yeah. So for those reasons, Joe, I'm with you. My dogs of the year at the running back positions are Corey Les of St. Lawrence and Jake Thies of Fenwick.
All right, excellent. And, I can't argue with those either, Dan. You know how I struggle kind of back and forth, especially regarding Jake Thies. Not that he's not deserving here. The one thing that I thought about with Jake Thies is he's explosive.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, there's certain players you watch and they're really good, but there's other players you watch and they're really good and they're explosive. And
yeah, and on the biggest stage too, explosive on the biggest stage. Absolutely. So yeah, that says a lot to me.
So that's today's Dogs in the Spotlight. Another couple names added to Zuko's All-Dawg team for 2025. We'll be rolling out our dogs every day until Christmas Eve, 12 days, multiple honorees to wrap it all up. Make sure you're following the Varsity Voices on TikTok, YouTube, and X so you don't miss a single reveal. And until next time, keep the fire, keep the bite, and remember, every great team's got a little dog in them.